Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to Trading with Emotions. Have not made a video in a little while, so we're just going to update the charts. So let's start off with the cycle. If you guys follow me on Twitter, I do post on there pretty frequently for updates. I did have a scenario based off of the 62-day cycle, and we did have a point of interest here that we hit. We did get that pretty close here. We got 970 and then a rally to 1370, okay? I did say that for the next couple of days, typically after a volatility spike, you do see some just sideways pressure, nothing really crazy for the coming days. So this week, what I'm expecting is a wedge setup, okay? It's going to look a little bit like this. We are approaching the next cycle. Okay, so by the 19th here, we're going to start the next cycle, which is the projector. Now, with the projector in the past, okay, we have seen upside typically on every portion here. So when we approach this, okay, this is going to be a macro shift on the cycle, on the macro of things, right? Because we know that the cycle, the way it works, is, well, in shorter time frames, like the 30-minute chart, I consider that micro. And that's why we got this point of interest here, okay? That's good to look at on the micro when the algorithm is working really hard to stop any pressure, any volume from coming in, so you don't see as much volatility and things play out according to the, the agenda these institutions have. Okay, we do have the cycle curve as well that we track. This is where the macro direction comes into play, right? I'm on the 2-hour chart, so that is a little bit more macro. And you can see that these, okay, the blue you can see that the green and the red portion are what decide the direction that AMC is going to take in the future. So here we have some upside, right? Okay. Here we have downside. Here we have downside, downside, and downside, right? A quick spike and then down. So this one was very similar to what happened back here, right? They took us up and then took us back down. So identical and then inverse on the blue portion and then identical again on the red portion, okay? So now that we're nearing this next cycle, that would take us up, right? If we do play identical. However, based off of the current setup, okay, we have to apply other things, right? We have to apply the regression trend cycle, okay? Here's what we got going on. Now, the next magnet is what I call it, right? Because what these do is that they pull the price action up or down. So they're like little magnets. But you just saw a volatility event take into place right on that point of interest, which also goes hand in hand with the cycle, right? I do believe that the next major volatility spike will be around June 17th to June 23rd, around that range. And that would be the next magnet here on the regression trend, okay? So we also have this new parallel channel here. I call it the magnetic parallel channel because it goes with the regression trend as well. The way it works is, well, these are 120 days in length. Okay, so these are 4 months, so 4-month cycles. And typically what happens around these 4-month cycles is, well, AMC likes to come back into this parallel channel. Okay, we've seen this happen every year, right? So this is a year apart from what happened back here. Okay, and then this is a year apart from what happened back here. Now, AMC likes to gravitate back into the channel at some point. So we see it happen back here, right? It's chilling in the zone. It comes out for 120 days, and then it comes back in, right? Then after this, it comes really, really out of the channel, right? And now it's out not only for 120 days, right? It's out for double that. So it's out for 240 days. After that, it just comes right back in on that mark, guys. And they're separated 120 days in length, right? It's just like the 62-day cycle where you just copy and paste it through, right? You got the 62-day cycle, it's copy, paste it through. It's the same thing here. It's 120 days in length, copy, paste it through, and you have, AMC working out the channel or in the channel. Potentially, we could see, AMC come back into the channel again and stay on this range, or we could have history repeat itself, okay? And we can come back out of that channel. Now what that would look like is, well, you'd have a little box here, okay, that we're trading in. This is actually the most likely scenario for AMC, in my opinion, is that we will be outside of this channel for a little while. After a major volatility event, the price does get shorted down for a while, and until you establish and cross major levels of resistance, we will not see anything crazy happen on AMC, okay? So I do see us trading sideways. Now, the zone that they're going to try and keep here is going to be between the 850, perhaps 8 and 25, around there. I don't see us going above that until we get to the next projector pattern, okay? So this is what it would look like, in my opinion, all right? Now, this would be a scenario here on potentially what would be the squeeze or the next run up, right? I do see a similar setup to what happened before GameStop had its run to 500, okay? This is our mid phase. Remember how I said the next point of interest is July? That doesn't mean it's a squeeze. It just means that that's the next major run-up that we have, right? We have June 17th, a smaller run-up that's going to look a little bit like this. And then we have July, okay? July is going to be the bigger one. It's going to look a little bit like this, okay? Now, once we do that and we come back down, okay, this is where we're really going to be testing that projector, because this one essentially is the one that's going to kick things off and just go, okay? And remember, guys, these line up, okay? These 120-day lines here that are separated line up with this magnetic parallel channel. That's what we call it. So this would look very similar to what's happening back here, okay? And if we had that take place, okay, the run-up would occur somewhere around here, which would be towards the end of September, okay? And this has always been the case here. The next point of interest, even though it's July, okay, the major one, this could potentially, based off of this setup, be the projector pattern, the actual projector that kicks things off, okay? So it'd be this little guy right here, kicks things off. This is this mid phase down here, and then the run-up would be this, right here. So it's separated in 3 spots here. It's the same thing, guys, that happened with GameStop. GameStop slowly started to, build that pressure to the upside, okay, and did something like this before just going up, right? It's exactly what we got going on here. Once you start to see that pressure go up slowly, people are going to start to, talk about AMC. People are going to start to get in on the play. And I think this is exactly what they are trying to do, is they are, again, trying to shake off as many people as they can before just setting it up, raising the volatility on options, because they know that the big money is in on options, right? Not shares. The money here is on options, guys. So they're able to rack up these premiums set up prior to this run. The institutions that are lending out the shares to the over-leveraged shorts, they're going to make a fuck ton of money, right? They're playing, remember, this is a puppet show. They're playing with you, me, with the shorts, okay? And I think this is going to be that setup, okay? So this is going to be the next scenario here that we're tracking. I'm going to be tracking this every single day and updating it for you guys so you can see what's going on, okay? I'll see you guys tomorrow on stream. We'll be streaming tomorrow. And I will be updating the website as well, so stay tuned for that. It's going to have all the cycles that are tracking against AMC and GameStop, all right? You guys have a dope rest of your day. Fucking love you. Bye-bye.